They called it Pickett's Charge. History calls it the high water mark of the Confederacy. July 3rd, 1863, Lee sends 10,000 men straight at the Union Center, over open ground, under full fire.
Hi, I'm General Ulysses S. Grant. You're wondering why Lee ordered Pickett's charge? Think it was foolish? It wasn't foolish, it was smart. Gettysburg, July 1863. General Robert E. Lee sends over 10,000 men to assault a well-positioned Union army. It failed. History remembers it as the high water mark of the Confederacy. From that moment on, it was all downhill for the South. Lee's respected second-in-command, General James Longstreet, tried to stop it. He told Lee flat out,
"No 10,000 men ever alive can take that position and win!"
Longstreet estimated the casualties so many to the fence and wall and concluded it simply would not work. Yet Lee pressed on.
He was widely recognized as the best general in America, even offered command of the Union Army before the war.
From the beginning of the Civil War, Lee had fought brilliantly, always outnumbered, outgunned, and poorly supplied, yet consistently victorious. He had so much success that President Lincoln went through commanders, as General George Patton later said, like crap through a goose.
He had so much success that President Lincoln went through commanders, like crap through a goose.
But at Gettysburg, Lee's opening artillery barrage was poorly aimed and quickly ran out of ammunition. No second wave or supporting cavalry ever came. The attack collapsed, and the battered Confederate Army retreated back to Virginia. So why in the world did Robert E. Lee order the charge at all? As always on this channel, we'll take a look using common sense. Lee's job wasn't to win a battle, it was to win the war. He knew the North could replace every casualty and bring in new commanders.
The North was industrially superior and growing stronger by the month.
Lee, meanwhile, had the strongest army the South would ever field, and it stood deep in Pennsylvania.
Across the lines was yet another untested Union commander, Major General George Meade, having been appointed 3 days earlier.
This was the only chance Lee would ever have to shatter the Union Army, march on Washington, and win the war outright. But he couldn't risk more troops on the assault if it failed, and he'd lose the strength to retreat and fight another day. And even Lee knew that fighting another day meant little when his odds of ultimate victory were shrinking fast. So he gambled. If his men, by esprit de corps, guts, bravery, or sheer luck, could breach that stone wall and send the Union Army running, and he could unleash his entire force, rout the North, take Washington, and end the war. It didn't happen. But using common sense, we see that Pickett's charge did indeed make sense. It was General Lee's last daring chance to change the course of history, and he took it. Thanks for watching. We do not try to prove or disprove anything, but rather use our common sense. Stay tuned for some bonus footage.
Did the new shipment of whiskey arrive yet? I am getting low.
They say Lincoln once asked what whiskey I drink, so he could send a barrel of it to all the other generals.
What do you think of Pickett's charge?
Pickett charge. Man, I always just pay with cash.
What do you think of Pickett's charge?
Honestly, I prefer Grant's strategy.
What do you think of Pickett's charge?
Man, that General Longstreet, he just didn't have the heart for it, did he?
What do you think of Pickett's charge? Pickett's charge? Never heard of him. You want a nugget?
History remembers the charge, not the silence that followed.
Thanks to all our 549 subscribers. We couldn't have done it without you.